Hello, everyone. A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the live virtual classes for strategic management. My name is CA Ch3, and we are doing chapter number 3. I see a lot of you have already joined on Saturday morning. I see Mahalakshmi, Vishal, how are you? Hi, Alma, Sanana, Priyanshi, Mohan. How are you guys doing? How are things at your place? I hope you are sound and safe. And I hope you heard the message from our president yesterday evening. It was a very, very powerful, very energetic message. 7:30, there was a live webcast. I hope you all got a chance. If you did not go back, watch that note. It was very powerful, very, very, very effective, I would say. A great note at the times we are in. But again, and even the exams have been postponed. The 9th to 14th May exams have been postponed for all fair reasons, for safety of all of us. So I think we'll see what the decision comes ahead on that. But I hope you guys are keeping fine. The families are keeping fine. That's way more important than anything right now. So good morning to everyone who is wishing a very good morning to you as well. We're doing chapter number 3, my friends. Chapter number 3 is where we are. Chapter 1 and 2 are done. Chapter 3 almost at the fag end, right? We're almost at the fag end of chapter number 3, where a couple of concepts are left, and then we do a revision of what we have done so far, which is chapter 1, 2, and 3. So I have something planned for you tomorrow. Okay. We'll talk about that in our question hour session today, which is at 9 a.m., where I'll show you what an interesting activity I have for you. It's like a quick quiz where we will also declare winners in the class, right? So it's going to be fun. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be learning with a lot of fun. So we'll do that for sure. So I'll share that at 9 a.m. when we get into our question hour session. But today, what we are doing is chapter number 3. And we've been talking about internal analysis or the internal environment analysis. We started the syllabus with understanding vision, mission, intent, values. We talked about external analysis. We talked about now we have been talking about the last few weeks on internal environment analysis. What are the different drivers of decision making? What are the different things you should consider? Core competency, competitive advantage, all of the key aspects of strategy. Okay. Now, quick question to wake you up from your sleep, which is a Saturday morning sleep. Quick question I want each one of you to answer, please. If you want to answer, again, the response in the class has been very low. People have not been interactive. I would still encourage do that if you can. Otherwise, that's okay. It's up to you how you want to learn. The question, my friend, to you is, give me any 2 ways by which organizations create barriers to entry. Give me any 2 ways by which organizations create barriers to entry. Give me any 2 ways by which organizations create barriers to entry. Capital requirement, high cost of exit, okay? Technology differentiation. All of these are the ways by which organizations create barriers to entry. Certain barriers to entry are created based on the requirement of the industry, where people create it because they have to ensure that no new player comes into the industry. Chapter number 3, we were talking about create monopoly in the market. Okay, Sunil, good. But how do you create monopoly was the question. How do you create a monopoly? That is exactly how you create a entry barrier. Okay, great. Chapter 3, we've been talking about power and interest, Mendelow's matrix. We've been talking about the four matrices or four boxes where you can keep your stakeholders in terms of their power and interest in your organization or on your organization, which is keep satisfied, low priority, keep informed, and keep players based on how high they're interested and how interested they are in your business. Okay, very happy. None of you are responding, but that's okay. I think it's too early in the morning, so let's see. We talked about IPL and how the Mendelow's matrix works in IPL in terms of what are the stakeholders who are high power, high interest, and how do you place them across the organization, right? That's what we talked about. We also talked about the different the stakeholder management of Maggie as an organization, as a brand. We talked about the four strategic drivers, which was industry and markets, customers, products and services, and channels. Industry and markets were very important because they tell you where you are, who to compete with. Customers give you a reality check on your product and pricing. Products and services tell you what are the features, what do people want from you, do they even need their product, do they even value your product or not? And finally, channels. Channels are basically the distribution, the product, the sales channel, and the service channel. Now, channels are way more important than anything else because why? You may have a great product, you may have a very competitive pricing, you may have great marketing and ad campaign, but अगर सामान available ही नहीं है market में, if the product is not available for customers or it is very difficult to get access to the product, then it's of no use. Industry analysis, customer analysis, product service analysis, कोई मायने नहीं रखता है. It is useless. It is irrelevant if you don't have ample channels to reach the customer. Do you agree or not? Do you agree with this statement or not? It's an exam question statement. Do you agree with this statement or not? Explain with example. So that's how questions come. But do you agree with this statement or not? Great. I see a yes. Awesome. We all should agree. Is the market same for all businesses? The answer is no. Is the market same for all businesses? The answer is no. Do you agree or not? You shouldn't agree. The market is same for all the businesses. You just have to figure out who to focus on. The market is the same. सबके लिए market same है. You just have to figure out which part of the market do you want to focus on. Everything is available in the market. Every type of customer is available in the market. You will still have people who want to buy a 3 lakh, 4 lakh rupee airplane ticket. Okay. You can still figure out a lot of customers who are price conscious, who are happy to travel at 500, 600 rupees. You will also find customers who spend 6, 7 lakh rupees on a private jet per person seat. You will find any type of customer, everything is available. And that's industry and market, my friend. For that, we do strategic group mapping. We've talked about it already, right? We talked about pricing. We talked about promotion. We talked about how marketing ways. There are a couple of marketing ways. We also did this exercise last time. And finally, we have reached a place called channels. I want you to focus on channels for the next few minutes, and then we get into the next concept. How Amul gets its products to us. How does an Amul ka butter, Amul ka doodh, how does an Amul cream, how does an Amul ice cream reach my home? It's not produced nearby. It's produced somewhere far off, let's say in Gujarat or in Uttar Pradesh or Madhya Pradesh. Produced to wahan pe ho rahi hai. How does it reach my home in 2 days? An ice cream is made on 24th of April in Madhya Pradesh. It reaches my home 26th of April. 2 days, not even 2 full days, and that ice cream from nowhere or non-existence reaches my home. How does Amul do that for millions and millions of units of so many different products? It's not just of ice cream with us. They're doing it for multiple products and for millions of units, crores and crores of units every single day. How are they doing it? It's called channels. One, production, right? Making the milk. First, Amul has farms where cows are milked. This is where the milk is produced. Okay. Second, turning milk into products, production or processing, converting that milk into product, be it paneer, be it lassi, be it ice cream, be it ghee, be it whatever. Distributing that product to the wholesalers. होलसेलर के पास बड़े बड़े बॉक्सेस में कार्टन्स में सामान पहुंचता है. होलसेलर्स के पास comes retailers, the small shopkeepers who come and buy 1 carton, 2 carton based on their need in the locality. I, as a customer, go to that retail shop, buy the product, come home and enjoy it. This chain of operations, this chain of products and services moving across different people, across different hands, is called channels. Everybody in the channel will also make money. So margin add hota jata. The bigger the channel, the costlier the product becomes for the customer, because everybody will want to make certain percentage of money. That is why a lot of organizations want to go direct as well. The longer the channel, the more people in the channel, everybody would want to make some money. Sabko paisa banana hai. Everybody would want to make some money, and that is why the longer the channel, the costlier it becomes for the end customer. And to solve that, a lot of brands are going direct to customer. We call it D2C, direct to customer. D2C brand बनते जा रहे हैं. D2C brands बन रहे हैं, direct to customer brands बन रहे हैं, like a boat headphones, directly जाओ वेबसाइट से खरीद लो, कोई इंटरमीडियरी नहीं. They started with it, but then they also went on to Amazon and Flipkart, because that is where the customer is. Rare Rabbit, snitch.co.in, Soul Store. बहुत सारी ads आती होंगी आपको Instagram पे for a lot of clothing companies, shirts, polos, trousers, right? You would have seen a lot of new brands coming, and directly they're saying, oh, go to our website and buy. You don't have to go. H&M says direct website se le lo. Zara says go buy it directly from our website, directly from our store. Direct to the customer reach out कर रहे हैं, बीच में से सारा intermediary हटा. That is why they're becoming more affordable for people. H&M used to be a big brand for a lot of people. Today, anybody can buy an H&M. H&M is selling stuff for 600, 700,000, which is even cheaper than most of the other brands we used to buy, because they have killed intermediaries in the process and they have gone direct to the customer. They have changed the way they operate their business in form of channels. And that is why they're able to reach more customers, give a better price, and lead the market in fashion. So channels ka decision becomes one of the most important decisions for brands' growth, success, scalability, and how they want to operate the business. It is not just about कि वहां से मेरे घर तक कैसे पहुंचेगा. It also becomes a strategic decision कि भाई how do I want to place my brand? Am I wanting to be somebody who is accessible to all? Am I a differentiated luxury product? Am I just there for a few people, focused, लोगों के लिए काम कर रहा हूँ, or I am a best cost provider, value for money company? इसके बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे. But all of this is being defined by the drivers, industry and market, customers, product and services, and channels. These four strategic drivers of internal analysis are helping you, are defining the way you look at your overall business strategy. B2B, business to business, B2C, business to customer, C2C, customer to customer, C2B, customer to business, D2C, direct to customer. These are all forms of channels, these are all forms of ways of doing business. Business selling to business. Microsoft selling to Wipro, Wipro selling to Apple. Wipro selling their services to Apple is B2B, business selling to business. B2C, business selling to customer. Every business on earth is eventually B2C, they're trying to sell to the customer. D2C is directly to the customer sell करने जा रहे हैं, intermediary हटा रहे हैं. B2C में you will have intermediaries, D2C में you will not. C2C, customer selling to customer, like an OLX. Online जाओ अपना कबाड़ बेचो. You go and say, oh, I want to sell my this. Okay, sold. C2C बना रहे, where if I have to sell my home, I go to Magic Bricks, XYZ site, 99 acres. I go and place my house, list my house. I sell my house to another customer. There is a portal, but customer is selling to another customer. C2C model बना रहे, right? All of these are channels. All of these are channels. We've been talking about strategic drivers. We've been talking about the decisions business takes to become a very successful organization in the long term, right? How they take decisions in terms of customer, industry, people, pricing, and all of that. Okay. Now, the question that comes in my mind is, if that is the case, if that is what is happening, then the question I have is very simple. What am I expert in? What am I expert in? Let me ask you a question, okay? I want you to type the answer in the chat. What do you think you're really, really good at? Anything that you feel you're very good at. It could be cricket, it could be singing, it could be dancing, it could be managing people, it could be taking responsibilities, it could be anything. What do you think you're really, really good at? Put that up in the chat. What do you think you're really good at? You're playing chess. Mahalakshmi says she's expert. She's very, very good at playing chess. Awesome. Very happy to know that. I'm very scared of chess. I've tried it, but I always feel dumb when I play chess. It's very tough. Good I like that you feel confident in chess. That's great. What about others? What is that one thing you feel you're really, really good at? But let's say question to you, Mahalakshmi. Okay. Let's say you're very good at playing chess, but you're very bad at studying. Just hypothetically, just assuming. Okay. Let's say you're very, very bad at studying. You don't score good marks, but you're really good at chess. You're not very good at talking to people. Let's say you are an introvert who is not very comfortable and good at talking to people. Do you think as a as an overall personality that's going to help you, that just playing chess is going to help you, or do you need couple of other things together to have a holistic personality to succeed in life? What do you think? Exactly, right? You need an overall personality builder. Great. Okay. Another one I have is I like giving speeches, but there is so much to improve in it. Then that's not a core competence. If you still are improving or you feel so much to improve, anyway, you will keep improving it some way or the other. But बहुत ज्यादा स्कोप बचा improve होने का तो core competency नहीं. Reading and anchoring. Very nice, Vishnu. I'm very happy you do anchoring, so you have no stage fear. Good. Very good skill to have in the future. So now, what is core competency? Now, core competency, most of us would think that one great thing I can do, and that's my core competency. That's my core expertise. The problem with business is you can be really good at one thing, but you will not be successful just because you're good at one thing. You will not be successful because you're just good at one thing. You have to be good at a couple of things that make sense together. That make sense together. I am a great singer and I also cook delicious food. I am great at singing. I also cook delicious food. कोई रिलेशन है इन दोनों स्किल्स का मेरे पास? Is there a relation between the two skills? Can I call, oh, okay, I have this is my core competency, that I'm really good at thinking and I'm really good at making food? Maybe no. Maybe no. But what if I tell you, I am really good at singing, I'm really good at singing, and I'm really good at presenting on stage. Like Vishnu said, I'm very good at anchoring. Now, does it make more sense? I sing really well and I'm really good at anchoring. Now you say, oh, स्टेज पे तो आप बहुत बढ़िया करोगे, आप गाते अच्छा हो, आप एंकरिंग अच्छी करते हो, क्लासिक. नाउ यू सी कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी आ रही है, अब आ रही है कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी. नाउ यू गेट व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. Same with businesses. Let's say Apple, for example, the designs are nice, the product is nice, the marketing is nice, the distribution is nice, and that's why they are winning the industry. It's not just कि phone बहुत अच्छा है तो iPhone बिकता है. No, the phone is good, the marketing is good, the distribution is good, right? And the way they probably present, or I would say, the way they present their product is excellent marketing. They play with your brains. And that's why they are winning, because their core competency lies in 5, 6 areas of expertise which make sense together, I am really good at reading and I'm really good at talking to people. Do they go together? Can I make some expertise out of it? Maybe yes. Maybe yes. Then we start talking about core competencies. 5, 6 areas or more of expertise which can club together to help me be successful are my core competencies. Are my core competencies. C.K. Prahlad and Gary Hamel define core competency with 3 conditions. With 3 conditions of core competency. Number 1, you should be different from the competition. Competitor differentiation is one of the main 3 conditions. The company can consider having a core competence if the competence is unique and it is difficult for the competitor to imitate. This can provide a company an edge over the competitor. Unique and difficult to copy. It is difficult to copy innovation. So innovation, if you are innovative, if you are creative, that eventually becomes your differentiation from the competitor. And that's your condition number 1 for core competency. Condition number 2. Condition number 2. The customer value has to be met. The customer should value that differentiation. Customer should value that differentiation. It should create some value. The product, the differentiation, the expertise you have should be valuable to the customer. You open a restaurant. आपने एक restaurant खोला. Great food, great everything, but you say, hey, listen, I am very, very good at dancing. You are the owner of the restaurant, and you say, oh, I'm very good at dancing. You know, I'm a skilled, trained dancer. And they say, how is the food? Now, if I am the customer, I'll think, is this person a dancer or a chef? Confusing हो गया. अब your core competency of dancing is of no value to me. I am your customer, मैं खाना खाने आया हूँ. आप डांस अच्छा करते हो, आप गाते अच्छा हो, अच्छी बात. That's a great skill to have, but not of value to me. But if you take the same skill to somebody who is into media and events industry, and you say, hey, I dance really well. Do you want to try? I want to go on stage and try during any event. They say, wow, this is what we are finding for. We need new people. That is where your skill makes value to the customer. So core competency is only good enough if people value it. If people value it. Okay. If the customer has chosen the company without this impact, then the competence is not a core competency and it will not affect company's market position. Without value to the customer, core competency does not make sense. Priyanshi, yes. Core competency is like icing on the cake, right? A positive addition to something already good. That's a great anecdote. We can say so. You're already good, but core competency is like icing on the cake. The last condition for core competency refers to the application of competency to other markets. Core competency must be applicable to the whole organization. It cannot be only one particular skill or specified area of expertise. इसको समझाता हूं. Let me explain this. How many of you know the brand Haldiram? Haldiram's, who all know Haldiram's as a brand? Yes. Haldiram's is in east of India, west, north, south. South में कम है. It's in central India. South में you more have A to B, right? We have A to B है आपका, और brands भी हैं वहाँ पे. But you must have heard about Haldiram's. Now Haldiram's was a namkeens brand. They used to sell namkeen. ठीक है जी. अब नमकीन बेचते थे तो नमकीन के ब्रांड बनाया. The brand essential why people wanted Haldiram namkeens was quality, cleanliness, hygiene, premiumization, right? It looked nice, it tasted nice, smell नहीं आती थी उनके ऑयल से, fresh लगती थी नमकीन. And that's why they created a brand with their core competency of quality, of pricing, of branding, accessibility. It was available, and that became a big brand. Now, the same core competencies were replicated in fast food restaurants. Now, they have become one of the biggest eating joints across India. They have 1,000 plus outlets. You go and you can buy chaat papdi, chole bhature, then kachori, samosa, dhokla, sweets, right? They have converted into like an Indian McDonald's. Fast food chain hai, self-service hai, very fast, clean, hygiene. The taste is very Indian. The same core competencies of quality, freshness, customer touch point, desiness in their food was replicated to a different business. Namkeen business से restaurant business में. Restaurant business say now they have expanded into gifting business. They have one of the largest gifting businesses in the world. Gift hampers, right? Makhane wala aa gaya, dried fried dry fruits and cookies and biscuits and all of those big hampers. 2,000, 3,000 rupees a hamper. They're selling like it's free. People are buying 3,000 rupee hamper. It's free because they replicated those qualities, their competencies into different businesses. And that's what point number 3 talks about. A core competency has to be able to be applicable to the whole organization. It should have application to other markets as well. सिर्फ एक मार्केट के लिए आप एक्सपर्ट बन के रह जाओगे तो उसका तो लाइफ साइकिल आएगा दोस्त. You understand where this is coming from. There will be a product life cycle, there will be an industry life cycle. It will begin, it will grow, it will stagnate, it will die. But अगर आप इस core competency को replicate कर सकते हो किसी और industry में, किसी और market के लिए, so when you go into decline, you can use this core competency for your next business. And that is the power of great, good core competency. Point number 3, application to other markets. Do you understand the 3 conditions for a core competency? Number 1, differentiation from the competition. Number 2 is customer value. The customer has to value it. And number 3, it has to be applicable to other markets as well. It cannot just be one market. It should not be just one market. It should be applicable to other markets as well. Am I clear or am I clear? Great. An example of core competency समझते. Tata Consultancy Services, a leading IT solutions services company, right? No options left, so it is clear. Good. No option left. Okay. The great example is Tata consultancy services for core competency. Number one, unique skills and capabilities. TCS has developed their differentiation with respect to Wipro or an Infosys or an HCL Tech or a Happy Minds or a L&T Mindtree. All these are IT companies. Now, TCS has developed exceptional expertise in the unique skills and capabilities, right? That they offer to the customer. They are unique. They have differentiated from the customer because they have continuous learning. They have large pool of people, quick deployment. How are they different? You go to Wipro, you go to Infosys, get into a project. They say it will take 2 months to deploy people. We will start within 60 days. TCS says, I have a lot of people. We start tomorrow. The differentiation it creates is its core competency. Number two, cross-functional integration. Okay, it brings diverse teams together, ranging from data scientists to project managers to cybersecurity to collaborate on the projects. Now, this collaboration leads to an effective problem solving and increases client satisfaction. Customer को value क्या मिल रही है? इतनी बड़ी कंपनी के साथ जाके, the value that customer is getting is मुझे कुछ भी और problem, if I face any problem, if I face anything, TCS has all solutions available for IT. They have all kinds of people. They have all kinds of resources. I can get cross-functional integration, and that's of value to the customer. And that's why it's a core competency. Customer benefit. It translates into significant benefits of the clients, and they can replicate that to other industries. Customer can come from any industry, anywhere in the world. It can be an airlines company. It can be an FMCG company. It can be a healthcare company. It can be a banking company. It can be a mining company which needs IT solutioning. And TCS can use the same core competency for other industries irrespective. And that leads to high customer retention, a big pool of customers, credibility, and about $30 billion of revenue every year. That's how you build core competencies when you lead big organizations. LIC, Nike, Netflix. You recognize all of these brands because they have created their core competency. You recognize these brands because they have created their core competency and they're using it for you. LIC is an insurance company, but it also helps in investment. आप अपने पैसे यहाँ पे invest भी कर सकते हो. Nike is a shoes company which is now replicating it to become a full merchandise company. Bags आते हैं, कपड़े आते हैं, accessories आते हैं, shirts, trousers, shoes, everything. It started as a shoe company. Today, it has a lot of other businesses. Netflix started as a streaming online bridge between the customer and production house. Today, it is one of the biggest producers themselves. दुनिया के सबसे बड़े producing company बन चुकी है Netflix for OTT. So they're using their core competency much and beyond their existing business. They are good at something and they're using that good expertise for more and more business. That's called core competence. That's called core competence. So the criteria for building a core competency is 4 criteria. Remember this, learn this, and write this in the examination. The criteria to build a core competency is 1, it has to be valuable. It has to be valuable. The ones that allow the firm to exploit opportunities. A firm created value by customers by effectively using capabilities to exploit opportunities. Finance companies build a valuable competence in financial services. In addition, to make such competencies as financial services highly successful require placing the right people in the right jobs. Human capital is their important area of creating value for the customer. हर इंडस्ट्री को फाइंड करना है हाउ डू दे क्रिएट वैल्यू, हाउ डू दे क्रिएट वैल्यू फॉर द कस्टमर, कहाँ से वैल्यू क्रिएट होगी कस्टमर के लिए। जेप्टो आके बोलता है भाई माय कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी इज क्विक कॉमर्स, am I creating value? Where am I creating value for the customer? I am giving them products within 10 minutes. That is how I am creating value for the customer. Number two is rare. Only very few people are able to do what I'm able to do, right? Or I'm either just one person who can do that, or one business who can do that. Zepto, Blinkit, Swiggy, Instamart, रेयर है, दो चार ही प्लेयर हैं, दो तीन ही प्लेयर हैं क्विक कॉमर्स में. इट इज नॉट लाइक यू हैव 20 ऑप्शंस माय फ्रेंड. इट्स वैल्यूएबल टू द कस्टमर. यस, दे क्रिएटिंग वैल्यू. आप घर बैठे हो, 5 मिनट में मैगी आ जाए, टप 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 मैगी आ जाए. नमकीन खाने का मन है, टिक टिक टिक, 7 मिनट्स में मैगी. यू नीड अ नोटबुक, टिक टिक टिक, notebook at your home. You need a charging wire, wire at your home. Valuable. It is rare. Very few people are able to do what you are able to do. Blinkit, Zepto, दो तीन ही नाम, इससे ज्यादा नहीं है. That's why the core competency है उनके पास. Valuable है, rare है, costly to imitate है. If you want to start a quick commerce, you will have to buy thousands of warehouses in every pin code. You will need thousands of bikers to deliver products for you. तो कोई कॉपी भी करना चाहे, that is very difficult to imitate. And that's why big companies like Amazon, Flipkart, Nykaa, they're not doing this. They're still saying कोई नहीं, हम 2-3 दिन में डिलीवरी कर देंगे, because it's very costly to imitate. It is extremely costly to imitate quick commerce. That's why big players are not even touching it themselves. They may be investing in it, but they're not doing it themselves. Non-substitutable होना चाहिए. Capabilities that do not have strategic equivalence are called non-substitutable. This final criteria for a capability to be the source of competitive advantage or core competency is that there must be no strategically equivalent valuable resource that are themselves either not rare or imitable. कोई सब्सटीट्यूट नहीं होना चाहिए आपकी कॉम्पिटेंसी का. अच्छा, गाना नहीं आता, कोई नहीं, डांस कर दो. अगर डांस और सिंगिंग की सेम वैल्यू है तो आपकी वो कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी नहीं रह जाएगी at that place for that event. If the event manager says गाना गाना आता है, you say नहीं डांस करना आता है, चलो ठीक है डांस कर दो, तो कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. You see what I'm saying? The market should feel कि यार ये नहीं होगा तो फिर कुछ नहीं हो सकता, ये तो हमको चाहिए. This is important. This is what I want. Non-substitutable होना चाहिए, and that becomes a core competence. Valuable, rare, costly to imitate, non-substitutable. Valuable, rare, costly to imitate, non-substitutable. Core competency criterias, 4 criterias: valuable, rare, costly to imitate, non-substitutable. Question on your screens. Read the question on your screen and tell me which characteristic are we talking about. Read the question on your screen and tell me which characteristic are we talking about of core competency. I want all of you to answer, please. I've got one answer. It says costly to imitate. What about others? What about others? What are we talking about here? Valuable, valuable, costly to imitate, valuable, 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 costly to imitate, and valuable, valuable. Okay. Nykaa is a beauty and wellness e-commerce platform that has revolutionized the way consumers shop for cosmetics and personal care. Its core competency lies in its deep understanding of the beauty market and its ability to curate a wide range of products. Nykaa combines an extensive online presence with physical stores, offering personalized beauty consultations and strong community engagement through content in social media, making it a go-to destination for beauty. The correct answer is valuable. Nykaa की उस part में they are creating value for the customer. It's not very costly to imitate, to be very honest. आजकल सोशल मीडिया पे you can do a lot of groups and ads and create community. Oh, they are doing it to create value for the customer. Customer feels कि हाँ मुझे नाइका से value मिल रही है for the money. That's why it's valuable. Second on your screen. What do you think is the answer to this second piece? The correct answer, my friend, is rare. Rarity. और कोई नहीं कर रहा है. It is rare. No other brand is able to do what Amul is doing with the farmers and poultry people. Cooperative society बना के काम करना, right? Revolutionizing the industry forever is only what Amul has been able to do. It's rare. Another one on your screen. Which characteristic are we talking about? Okay, I see a few answers coming in, which are absolutely right. The correct answer is costly to imitate. The distribution channels that Lays has created across India, pan India, it will take years and years, and you will have to bahaw money like flowing river to create that kind of a distribution because they have done that over so many decades 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years में उन्होंने जो क्रिएट किया है आप आज कॉपी करने जाना चाहोगे तो भाई पैसे भी इतने लगेंगे और डिफिकल्टी भी आएगी Doesn't mean you can't do it. It's just costly to imitate. If you have money, if your investor is giving you money, go and spend it. We're not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's costly to imitate. Let's go to the next one. Read and answer. That's right. Option number, I let others answer. I see a few answers. I let others answer as well. The correct answer is non-substitutable. No other brand can substitute. It's unique. The skill set that their people have gained over years. And substitute that. That's non-substitutable. Very happy. It's all clear to you. All of you gave the right answer. Think very happy. The next topic we have is called SWOT analysis. Strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. Strength से opportunities ढूंढनी होती है, weakness से threat ढूंढने होती है. Is that statement right? Yeah, Priyansh, finally you figured it out. Using your strength, you have to find opportunities, and being aware of your weaknesses, you have to find your threats. Am I right or am I right? Okay, let me give you an example and let's see if you can answer that or not. Let's say we are a university, okay? Let's say you and me are the owners of a university which teaches commerce. We have courses on commerce, mathematics and economics. हम लोग एक यूनिवर्सिटी चलाते हैं जहाँ पे we teach commerce, we teach mathematics, we teach economics. ठीक है? Our strength is that we have a network of almost 10,000 students which come from tier 3, tier 4 markets or tier 4 cities, and they get education in our college at very subsidized costs. At very subsidized cost, they're getting education, higher education, or I would say college education at, let's say, 5,000 rupees per annum maximum. Very cheap, very subsidized हम पढ़ा रहे हैं. तो हमारी strength है ये. We have a strength here. Okay? Now, we have a strength here. The problem with us is our course is not very strong. So, because we just charge 5,000 rupees, we just teach basics. कुछ हम ज़्यादा value create नहीं करके देते हैं बच्चों को. Okay? Listen to this example very carefully and then you have to answer this. I'm not creating much value in terms of education, but I'm still giving them some education. That is my strength, that I have access to a lot of students in tier 3, tier 4. अभी गवर्नमेंट ने क्या बोला, गवर्नमेंट का एक नोटिफिकेशन आया, that every college and university which has over 2,000 students has to be certified by the Ministry of Education. For that, we will send out certain criterias and tests that the university has to clear. अब मुझे बताओ ये थ्रेट है या अपॉर्चुनिटी है? Tell me, is this a threat or an opportunity? Okay, I see one person saying opportunity. Tanu, why do you think this is an opportunity? If you want to speak up, I can unmute you as well. Very interesting. Everybody says threat. Tanu says opportunity. I want to hear that's going to be creative. Okay. Tanu, if you're okay, I can unmute you. And you want to answer in the chat, that's also okay. If you want to unmute yourself, raise your hand, I'll unmute you. Else you can type the answer in the chat. Okay. Naina says opportunity as well. Naina, do you want to unmute yourself or raise your hand? I'll unmute you. Or you want to type the answer in the chat? That's also okay. Why do you think this is an opportunity? Very interesting. Okay, Tanu, here we go. I'm unmuting you.
गुड मॉर्निंग सर.
Morning, Tanu. Go ahead, please.
सर क्योंकि उनके पास अपॉर्चुनिटी है क्योंकि स्टूडेंट्स ज़्यादा हैं तो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से नोटिफिकेशन भी आया तो उनके पास अपॉर्चुनिटी है ना.
किस चीज की? To do what?
अपने मतलब कि कॉलेज को मतलब अपर लेवल तक पहुंचाने का.
Absolutely. Great. Very good. That is what I wanted to hear. Very good, Tanu. Thank you. Thank you.
थैंक यू सर.
Okay. That's exactly what I wanted to tell you. Situation in the environment will have both opportunity and threat. It depends on you how you take that. Okay. Like just Tanu said, most of us would think that's a threat. I would also think that's a threat. But I would also think this as an opportunity. And then I think we were thinking on the same lines. That this is the opportunity, right? Where if you and me are the leaders of that university, we can say, boss, listen, we have 2 months to respond to the government's notice. Let us do that with all our might. Let us use all our resources. It is our chance to reshape, to rebrand our university into a more accredited, a more credible, a more better university. Let's take our university one level higher. आज हमारे पास अगर 10,000 बच्चे हैं, when I don't have any legal standing, when I don't have any commercial standing from the government for thappa, imagine if I get a certification from the government that this is a legit good college. Imagine the kind of student base I will have. This will be 5x, 6x easily. So I would look at this as an opportunity rather than threat. But yes, if I don't have resources, listen to this very carefully. If I don't have resources, if I don't have the expertise and knowledge, if I don't have the ample resource in terms of people, expertise, money, network, मेरे पास नहीं है कुछ भी to convert this into an opportunity. I don't have a strength to convert this situation into an opportunity. My weakness is that I don't have money. My weakness is that I don't have a political network. My weakness is I don't have local people support. Then it's going to be a threat for me. But if I have local people support, I have some political network, I have ample money, to build resources around getting through this certification, then it's an opportunity for me. तो आंसर क्या हुआ कि a situation can be an opportunity or a threat based on your strength or weakness. Based on your strength or weakness, it can be an opportunity or a threat. मार्केट में कभी अपॉर्चुनिटी और थ्रेट नहीं आएगी, मार्केट में आएगी सिचुएशन. लिसन टू दिस वेरी केयरफुली एंड अंडरस्टैंड माय फ्रेंड. मार्केट में अपॉर्चुनिटी या थ्रेट नहीं आता है, मार्केट में आता है सिचुएशन. देयर विल बी अ सिचुएशन इन द मार्केट. वेदर इट इज अपॉर्चुनिटी और थ्रेट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर स्ट्रेंथ और वीकनेस. And this analysis called SWOT analysis यही काम करता है. SWOT analysis कहता है कि पहले तो मेरी स्ट्रेंथ क्या है और मेरी वीकनेस क्या है. तो भैया अपनी वीकनेस पे यू हैव टू वर्क एंड मिनिमाइज द नंबर ऑफ वीकनेसेस यू हैव, maximize the number of strengths you have. The more strengths you have, the more times the situation will be opportunity rather than a threat. कुछ भी होगा घबराए घबराए घूमोगे नहीं. If you have a lot of strength, there will be a situation in the market. You'll be confident, oh, this is an opportunity for me. So SWOT analysis tells you, it is an analysis which gives you 4 boxes. It tells you what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths, what is happening in the market, whether it's an opportunity or a threat. Whether it's an opportunity or a threat. Let me give you another situation. Let me give you another situation is that you are a mobile cover manufacturer. आप मोबाइल कवर्स मैन्युफैक्चर करते हो माय फ्रेंड. ठीक है. नाउ यू फिगर आउट कि भाई एक बहुत बड़ा इन्फ्लुएंसर ऑन यूट्यूब इज आल्सो स्टार्टिंग हर मोबाइल कवर कंपनी. बहुत बड़ा यूट्यूबर है एंड दे आर स्टार्टिंग देयर ओन मोबाइल कवर कंपनी. Is it an opportunity or a threat for you? Opportunity है, threat है. Is this an opportunity or a threat? Exactly, Priyanshi. That's what I wanted to hear. If I have the ability to reach out to that person, if I have the network to reach out to that person and understand their demand, अगर वो कहते हैं कि यार मुझे हर महीने 5,000 कवर चाहिए, so annually I need 60,000 covers and I want customization because my customers will have customization. मेरे को standard covers नहीं, every cover can be different. क्या आप मेरे लिए बना सकते? Do you have that capability? Does your factory have that capability to customize so many covers? And do you have the capacity to increase your volumes from 10,000 covers annually to 60,000 covers annually? If you have the money, if you have the capability, if you have the expertise, then you can go and pitch to that YouTuber कि भाई आप मेरे पास आओ, मैं मैन्युफैक्चर करके दूंगा आपको. Why are you investing so much in manufacturing? I already have expertise, I have people, I have factory, I'll do it for you. You make money, I make money. That's an opportunity. But अगर मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, मेरे पास expertise नहीं है to customize so many covers, I just can make black and blue standard covers. इसके अलावा मेरी फैक्ट्री और कुछ नहीं बना सकती. I can make black cover and a blue cover, that too of 2-3 models only. Then there is a problem. Then it's a threat. It's a big threat. लोग लेके चले जाएंगे मार्केट. So it depends on your strengths and weaknesses if a situation is a threat or an opportunity. And SWOT analysis helps you figure that out. SWOT analysis बताता है आपको यार कुछ भी situation है, whether it's a strength, opportunity, or a threat. You understand this. I know you do. I know you do understand this. Okay. Very, very good. SWOT analysis. Ensuring sustainability, basically safeguarding your competitive advantage. Competitive advantage is something which is unique and valued by the customer. How do you make it sustainable? पहले तो इस concept को समझते. Management concept is, so let me put it another way as an example. Do you want to be an expert in something for 6 months, 6 years, or 60 years? Let me ask you a genuine question. Do you want to be an expert at something for 6 months, 6 years, or 60 years? क्या चाहते हो? 60 years. Everybody wants कि भाई 60 years tak I should be the expert. How do you ensure that? How do you ensure that? कैसे करते हो? How will you ensure? One, durability. Same thing happens with core competency and competitive advantages. अगर 6 महीने का advantage है तो कोई advantage नहीं. Vishnu, I'll come to your point. 6 years because technology is changing, so would you. Nobody is saying that your core competency and competitive advantage should not change. It should change. It will change. It has to change with the time. आप अगर if you are good at marketing, तो आप सोशल मीडिया पे मार्केटिंग अच्छा करोगे आज. मे बी 20 years बैक आप न्यूज़पेपर में अच्छी एड देते थे, आज आपको सोशल मीडिया पे अच्छी एड देनी पड़ेगी. Your core competency still remains being good at reaching out to the people. Good storytelling is your core competency. The good storytelling of your brand is your core competency. That is not going to go away, but the way you do it has to be the most modern and latest way, because technology is changing, ways of doing business is changing. So you have to change the way you do business, but your core competency still remains storytelling. So durability should last long. Transferability should be tough. ऐसा नहीं है अच्छा आपको चाहिए आप ले लो, आपको चाहिए आप ले लो. Transferability नहीं होनी चाहिए. तो मैंने मेहनत से बनाई. I have created that over time, over period, over learning from experience, failing and winning and trying, failing, trying and winning, winning, trying, failing, trying, winning. Over period of time मैंने बनाई है, तो I can't transfer this like this तुम्हें बता के कि भाई this ये कर लो तुम expert बन जाओगे ना. It cannot. The transferability has to be tough. Imitability has to be nearly impossible. अगर आपको long term तक expert रहना है, you have to keep evolving yourself as well, so that people cannot imitate you, because you're so modern. You're so modern, you're so advanced. Its imitability has to be nearly impossible. Appropriability should have good return on investment. भैया पैसे कमाते रहोगे तो सब चीज करने का मजा आएगा. If you're able to generate returns out of your competencies and advantages, only then you have fun. Otherwise, क्या करोगे advantage का दोस्त? क्या करोगे advantage का? Let me give you a very naive example, very silly example. I agree it's a silly example, but it will help you understand what I'm saying. You may or may not like Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, you may or may not like Shah Rukh Khan, but do you agree that people in general are crazy for it, right? People in general are crazy, are real crazy fans of him. You might have your personal choice, that's okay. But he has created that edge. He has created that competitive advantage over other stars that people just love about him. His wisdom, his English, the way he carries, the way people love him. The industry people just keep talking good about him. Nobody talks bad about Shah Rukh. How has he done that? How has he done that? And why over last 20, 30 odd years, he's been able to maintain that? पिछले 30 years, 30 साल हो गए हैं. He's still the best in terms of how he projects, how people project him. One, should last long. He has created his advantage of being nice to people, working hard, sharing wisdom, presence, fitness, being creative, showing himself as a family man, whatever he does, whatever he projects, whatever he is, however he is. Great how he's doing it. But why has he been able to create that over sustainable period? जैसे हम कह रहे हैं ना 60 years तक मुझे रहना है, 30 years तो हो गए हैं उनको. Because durability ensured him. He ensured that whatever I'm good at should last long. It's lasting long. Whatever I'm doing, it's not transferable. Now, you will say, Are bachche bhi, Shah Rukh Khan ke bachche will have the same stardom, the same view. Not possible. Can't do. Its transferability is tough. वरना तो लोग को लगता है अरे कॉपी पेस्ट है कुछ भी नहीं है कोई भी कर लेगा कोई भी नहीं कर लेगा it's not transferable. Number three, nearly impossible to imitate. The moment you imitate, people say, "Oh, you are like Shah Rukh Khan." और value बढ़ जाती है आपकी. It is so difficult and impossible to imitate. The moment somebody copies him, people are like, "Oh, why are you acting like Shah Rukh?" अभी कोई कॉपी भी करना चाहे तो शाहरुख खान की वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है. You see how clever that core competency becomes. If this is something like, so let's say you are making fruity. I'm giving you another example. Fruity ka yellow tetra pack hai with that fruity thing written on it, right? Now, any other brand which introduces mango drink in a same pack with a yellow color tetra pack, they will like, "Arey, fruity की copy है." Now, imitability is impossible. आप कॉपी करोगे तो दूसरे आपके कंपेटिटर की वैल्यू बढ़ गई because they have created that image. So imitability should be nearly impossible. And appropriability. रिटर्न आना चाहिए भाई रिटर्न आना चाहिए रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट आएगा तो ही कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी का मजा पैसा बनाओगे तो ही कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी कंपेटिटिव एडवांटेज का मजा है अदरवाइज कोई मजा ही नहीं. He has created an image by acting every emotion, right? No one can act like him, especially the romantic movies, right? Absolutely. He's working on his strengths. He's working on his strengths. And he's trying to shy away or maybe not project his weaknesses, which is also a trick for public image. That's okay. That's how you manage things. So SWOT analysis कर रहे हैं वो भी. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat ढूंढ के. Okay. So 4 things to ensure sustainability: durability, transferability, imitability, and appropriability. जहां भी वर्ड कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी कंपेटिटिव एडवांटेज के साथ सस्टेनेबिलिटी का वर्ड आ जाएगा कि हाउ डू यू इंश्योर सस्टेनेबिलिटी ऑफ कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी और कंपेटिटिव एडवांटेज, 4 things should strike your mind. Should last long, durability should not be transferable, not be easy to imitate, and should give good return on investment. Appropriability, पैसा बनाने तक चाहिए. 4 चीजें आपके मन में आनी चाहिए when you hear the word sustainability for core competency and competitive advantage. Okay, very nice. What we'll do now is, this is the last topic of the chapter. This is the last topic of the chapter. What we will do now is, my friend, take a break for 10 minutes. And then we come back and do this topic because it needs a different mindset. जो भी अभी तक हमने पढ़ा है उस पूरे का क्रक्स है यहाँ पे आपके सामने. It's 8:15 in my clock. Okay, let's go and take a break for 10 minutes. And then we come back and start with this stuff. Okay, let's be back in 10 minutes, my friends. See you in 10 minutes. well, please. If you're back, give me a yes, okay, so that I know we can start. Okay, thank you, Almas. Thank you. Thanks, Vishnu. Okay, great. So the final topic in the chapter is around Michael Porter's generic strategies. Okay, now Michael Porter gave us three generic strategies. He said, if you probably have figured out what you want to do in terms of your vision, mission, the strategy, the product, the pricing, the channels, and everything, you will either fall on in any of these three generic strategies. One, either you will be a cost leader. Number two, or you will do a differentiation strategy. Or number three, you will be doing a focus strategy. A cost leader is where you beat the competitor based on pricing. क्योंकि आप अपनी cost बहुत कम कर लेते हो. You're the leader in the cost, which means you're the lowest cost possible, right? You're the cost leader. And then you differentiate. If you're not able to be the cost leader, you differentiate your product, which is costly. And finally, if none of those two are your strategy, you will either be in your focus strategy mode. What does that mean? I know it's confusing to start with, but let me give you examples. Let me give you quick examples, and then this will become even more clear. Cost leader कौन? Okay, let me give you an example of a product. Parle G biscuit खाया? Have you seen, bought, eaten Parle G biscuits? Most of us have. Parle G biscuits are like 5 rupees, 10 rupees packet. Other biscuits have now reached 25, 30 rupees for a small packet. Parle G is 5 rupees, 10 rupees even today as well. Because they are the cost leader. They can afford to be cheap. They can afford to be cheap because they have low cost. They have low cost because they have high volumes. When you have high volumes, you have economies of scale. It will eventually be smaller, obviously. The cost for them is also increasing, but still, they're able to sell for 5 rupees and 10 rupees. आज भी 5-10 rupees का बेच पा रहे हैं. Because they have scale, because they have volumes, and thus they have economies of scale. When you have huge volumes of sale, unit volume आपकी बहुत ज्यादा होती है, तो economies of scale kick in करता है. Economies of scale means when your unit volume increases, your per unit cost starts falling. Because costing is all about fixed cost and variable cost. When your volume increases, fixed cost तो उतनी ही है. Variable cost increases. Fixed cost is utni hi, variable cost increases. And when the fixed cost is there and your number of unit increases, your per unit cost starts falling. आपका rent, बिजली, पानी, salary, let's say है 1,000 rupees का. and the variable cost, which is material and basically the material, the raw material, the wastage and all of that, that is, let's say, 500 rupees. महीने का खर्चा बताओ. If let's say your monthly fixed spend, which is rent, electricity, salaries of the people, all of this fixed expense is 1,000 rupees. The raw material cost is 500 rupees, and raw material is based on how much raw material you order. So your total cost is 1,000 plus 500, 1,500. And with this space where you build with 500 rupees raw material, you're able to make 1,500 units of product. तो आपकी per unit cost कितनी है? आपकी per unit cost कितनी हुई? How much will be your per unit cost? The per unit cost will be 1 rupee. 1,500 units, and your total cost of producing things fixed and variable is also 1,500. 1 rupee per unit पे आपकी costing. In the same rent, salary, and fixed expenses, now you order raw material worth rupees 1,000. आपकी total cost है 2,000. But because आपकी fixed cost वहीं की वहीं है 1,000 की, और आपका variable cost है 1,000 की, and now you're able to make 2,200 units. Why? Because raw material 1,000 rupees का मंगवाया, but हमने साइज छोटा कर दिया, जो पार्ले जी करता है. आपने साइज छोटा कर दिया तो सेम रॉ मटेरियल से आप ज्यादा यूनिट्स बना पाते हो, राइट? ज्यादा यूनिट्स. सो 1,500 में 1,500 यूनिट्स, 2,000 रुपीज कॉस्ट में 2,200 यूनिट्स, तो आपका पर यूनिट कॉस्ट हो गया कम. Your per unit cost is now lower. So which means आपकी cost हो गई कम. Now you have two options. When your cost is reduced because of economies of scale, because of more volumes that you're able to sell, you have two options. One, to pass on this benefit to the customer. आप कस्टमर को बोलो कि कल से 1 रुपए सस्ता हो गया है मेरा प्रोडक्ट, and people will start buying even more. Or you do not pass on the benefit to the customer and make good profits. कस्टमर को पता ही नहीं चलेगा, प्राइस वहीं का वहीं है, सामान कम हो गया. You have both the options, and these are the options of cost leadership. These are the options of cost leadership. Now, if I tell you कि भाई you have to be a cost leader, but आपको ना customization भी करना, तो आप biscuits बनाओ. You make 500 packets of cream biscuit, 300 packets of cookie and cream, 200 packets of cashew biscuit, of 300 packets of pista biscuit, another 200 of malai biscuit, and another 300 packets of choco chip biscuit. The cost will be higher or lower. The cost of this strategy, where you want to offer variety to people, is that cost going to be higher or lower? कितनी cost आएगी? Cost ज़्यादा आएगी या कम आएगी? Where you're offering variety to people, higher cost आएगी, because now you're differentiating yourself from a Parle G. Parle G सिर्फ ग्लूकोज बिस्किट बेच रहा है, हम तो क्रीम बिस्किट, कुकीज, लेटेस्ट फ्लेवर्स, पिस्ता, कैश्यू, हम लोग तो ये सब बिस्किट्स बेच. So we are differentiating ourselves from the competitor, and that will come at a cost. So question is, can cost leaders do customization? Can cost leaders do customization? The answer is no, they cannot. Because the moment you enter customization, the moment you enter customization, you do not remain the cost leader. आपकी cost बढ़नी चालू हो जाएगी. You will no longer be a cost leader. To be a cost leader, you have to ensure that you do not do customization. You stick to standardization, and that will be where your cost leadership will make the most sense. Okay? That is cost leader. Now, differentiation is where you differentiate yourself from the competitor, and that comes at a cost, and that's why you charge a premium as well from the customers, because you're customizing basis their needs, demands, wants. When you're customizing basis their needs, demands, and wants, you will charge more money. And differentiation strategy gives you that power to charge more money because you're differentiated based on customers' needs and wants. Number 3 is focus strategy. When you're just focusing on certain group of customers, right? The rich, the affluent, or the poor, or the underprivileged, or children from the age 20 to 23, women in the age group of 16 to 20, women in the age group of 40 plus. अब आपने देखा होगा, I'll give you an example. Horlicks comes saying कि, oh, women after the age of 35 need a lot of calcium, and if they drink Horlicks, it will be sufficient for them for their calcium needs of the body. What kind of strategy are they doing? The Horlicks calcium brand, what kind of strategy are they working on? Is it differentiation, cost leadership, or focus? The answer is focus. The answer is focus. Why? Because they are focusing on a certain segment. आप और मैं नहीं पियेंगे वो हॉर्लिक्स विमेन प्रोटीन विमेन कैल्शियम वाला. You and me will not go and buy that Horlicks. Either you will be a cost leader, or you will differentiate, or you will have a focus. All of these three will have your core competencies, competitive advantage. You will have your own strategic group mapping. You will have your own SWOT analysis. Everything will happen based on which generic strategy you are focusing. आप कॉस्ट लीडरशिप स्ट्रैटेजी चूज करोगे अपने लिए, तो आप स्वॉट एनालिसिस भी उस बेसिस पे करोगे फ्रॉम अ माइंडसेट ऑफ कॉस्ट लीडर. You will do a strategic group mapping, that bubble chart, size, who are the right competition from the mindset of a cost leader. You will do an industry analysis. You will do a Mendelow's matrix. You will do a exit barrier analysis. You will do a vision mission statement. You will do an intent value statement. You will do all the concepts we have done so far with the mindset that you choose out of these three. माइकल पॉटर कहता है जेनेरिक स्ट्रैटेजी तो 3 ही है, उसमें से यू विल चूज वन एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू विल डू ऑल द एनालिसिस. If your differentiation, then your SWOT analysis, core competency, competitive advantage, Mendelow's matrix, vision, mission, value, intent, goals, objectives, long-term goal, short-term objective, long-term objective, जो भी करोगे वो आपका mindset, the generic mindset will be differentiation. I have to be different. I have to be premium. I have to be better than the company. Cost leader कहेगा cost कैसे कम करो, सब छोड़ो. I have to reduce my cost. How do I do that? Focus strategy होगी तो आपको भी सब, मेरे को सबको देखना ही नहीं. I just have to focus on this small segment. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are the opportunities available? What are the threats? What is the industry like? What's the pricing? What's the customer? What's the value chain analysis? What's the product life cycle? ये सब पढ़ूंगा मैं from a focus my market mindset. That's how you conclude what you have studied so far in chapter 1, 2, and 3. The chapter 3 ends on this topic because you will choose a strategy. You will choose a strategy and you will do all kinds of analysis based on that. You will do all those analysis based on that. Okay. Is that clear or not? Is this clear? Awesome. Very, very nice. Let's get to some theory. Cost leadership. You want to do cost leadership when? कब करना चाहोगे? When should you become a cost leader? When the market is price sensitive. भाई खरीदार को सस्ता सामान चाहिए. If the buyers are price sensitive, then you have to be a low cost producer. The cost producer, okay? Maruti Suzuki, Hyundai, क्या कर रहे हैं? Low cost producer. They're producing cars for price sensitive buyers. भाई 7-8 लाख से ऊपर I can't buy a car. Price sensitive है. 7 lakhs car, the moment it becomes 10, they won't buy. 7 lakh. So Maruti has to bring down the cost. Hyundai has to bring down the cost. Cost leaders. When the market is price sensitive, you should become a cost leader. And when there are few ways to achieve differentiation. Differentiation ज़्यादा हो ही नहीं सकता. Sunroof डाल दिया, कोई differentiation नहीं है. People are not dumb. The customer will not value कि sunroof है 2 लाख रुपए और दे दो. Everybody now understands. कोई जरूरत नहीं. So when differentiation करने के ज़्यादा scope नहीं है, you should opt for cost leadership. The risks are your competitors may also figure out how to reduce cost and you can no longer be a cost leader. If a technology breakthrough happens in the industry, which reduces the cost for everyone, सबके लिए cost कम कर दी, एक ऐसा technological breakthrough आ गया कि सबके लिए cost कम हो गई, then your cost reduction benefit is no longer of value to anyone. So technology is a risk to cost leader. Competitors imitating this cost reduction strategy is a risk or a threat to cost leadership strategy. To become a cost leader, you should do prompt forecasting of demand basis that only आप अपनी cost कम ला पाओगे. आपको पता होना चाहिए कितनी unit volumes मुझे चाहिए. All of this is so much exam. I say I can make 20 questions. So read this from the study material for more depth, for more exam preparation. This is for revision, but इतने सारे questions आ सकते हैं इससे. I can make so many questions. These are hot question topics, right? How do you achieve cost leadership strategy? What are the actions the organization should take? 1, prompt forecasting. 2, optimal utilization of resources. 3, achieving economies of scale. 4, standardization and not differentiation, like McDonald's. Number 5, invest in cost-saving technologies. Number 6, resistance to differentiation until it becomes essential. Do not differentiate, economies of scale, invest in a cost-saving R&D, become standardized, do not go for customization, optimal utilization of your existing money. हर रुपए का हिसाब रखो. Cost leadership. Cost leadership. 6 points or actions to be taken. The advantages are rivals are scared of you because you are cost leader. You can bring down the prices. Buyers love you. Buyers love you, right? The powerful buyer will also not be able to exploit you because आप सबसे सस्ते हो market में. Suppliers are able to absorb greater price increases because you can give them more margin. आप सप्लायर को भी खुश रख सकते हो ज्यादा मार्जिन देके, क्योंकि आपकी खुद की कॉस्ट कम है. यू कैन कीप द सप्लायर्स हैप्पी. एंट्रेंस वो बैरियर है, बिकॉज इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल है, ह्यूज कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट लगेगा. यू कैन स्टॉप एंट्रेंस फ्रॉम एंटरिंग द मार्केट. Substitutes. Low cost leaders are more likely to have lower costs, and thus substitutes be available ho, तो भी people go with सस्ता सामान if it's a price sensitive market. So the advantage is you're still safe from the substitutes as well. The advantages as follows, but the disadvantage is कि भाई cost advantage may not last long. कि अगर आपकी सिस्टम में ही कॉस्ट बढ़ गई, इन्फ्लेशन आ गई, सप्लाई चेन कॉस्ट बढ़ गई, एयर फ्रेट बढ़ गया, लॉजिस्टिक्स कॉस्ट बढ़ गई, आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. कॉस्ट लीडरशिप कैन सक्सीड ओनली इफ द फर्म कैन अचीव हायर सेल्स वॉल्यूम. सिर्फ प्रोडक्शन करने से इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल नहीं आती है. यू हैव टू प्रोड्यूस मोर एंड यू हैव टू सेल मोर सो दैट यू कीप प्रोड्यूसिंग मोर. सिर्फ प्रोड्यूस मोर करके इन्वेंट्री थोड़ी ना बनानी. You have to sell more as well. Cost leaders tend to keep their costs low by minimizing cost for advertising, however, which can prove expensive in the long run, because if people are not very aware of your brand, तो आपकी economies of scale touch होने में problem आए. To create awareness, you will have to advertise, and for advertisement, you need money, but cost leader पैसे नहीं खर्च कर सकता. So ये थोड़ा सा disadvantage. Number 4, technological advancement, like we were talking, is a great threat to cost leaders. आपको टेक्नोलॉजी आएगी, आपका कॉस्ट पूरा सबका कम हो जाएगा, तो आप लीडर नहीं रहो. That's a disadvantage. Dabur, D-Mart, these are big names in cost leaders. Big Bazaar, D-Mart, ये सब cost leaders. They are doing cost leadership strategy, because they're pricing things so low for the price sensitive market and customer like you and me. Is cost leadership clear? Awesome. The second is differentiation. To achieve differentiation, what are the steps to be taken? Offer utility to the customer. Offer what they want. They base your products on their tastes and preferences. Improve the performance of your product. Offer high quality product and services for buyer satisfaction. Invest in rapid innovation and keep up with dynamic environment. Taking steps for enhancing the brand image. Fix the product pricing based on the unique features. थोड़ा premium price रखो ताकि लोगों को लगे हाँ different है. So the actions you have to take is cater to the preferences and taste of the customer, elevate the performance, satisfy their needs, innovate rapidly, enhance the brand image, and charge more money. That's how you differentiate. That is how you differentiate, and the basis for differentiation can be based on the product. कि भाई प्रोडक्ट बहुत ही डिफरेंट है, फीचर्स बहुत डिफरेंट है, उसके बेसिस पे यू कैन हैव अ डिफरेंशिएशन. यू कैन डिफरेंशिएट बेस्ड ऑन प्राइसिंग कि भाई बहुत महंगा है तो अच्छा ही होगा. A lot of times brands fool us with pricing. प्रोडक्ट सेम ही होगा ऑलमोस्ट, बट प्राइसिंग इतनी ऊपर होगी कि आपको लगेगा ओ माय गॉड, like a Louis Vuitton, like a Chanel, like a brand Prada, or like a, I don't know, right? Big brands. These big luxury brands. Prada है जी, Gucci है, Louis Vuitton है. This is based on pricing. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई कोई जैकेट बना दी तो it's like पता नहीं क्या ही जैकेट बना दी. It will be a great, good product, good. It'll be more like a 10-15,000 rupees product with very premium quality. But they charge 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. Pricing से differentiation बना रहे. Third is organization. Brand image बनता है, right? Like अगर टाटा का प्रोडक्ट है चलो अच्छा ही होगा, थोड़ा महंगा है बट अच्छा होगा. Organization की brand image की basis पे you can differentiate the products as well. So the three ways you can differentiate your product is product को ही अलग बनाना, the features, the offerings, the quality, the packaging of the product will create differentiation. Number two is pricing कि भाई pricing के basis पे कि भाई pricing के basis पे you create differentiation. And finally, the third is organization, where the brand image of the organization helps you differentiate the product. Those are the three ways or three major areas of differentiation for any organization. They can be more, these are generic. They can be more, these are just generic areas. Advantages, brand loyalty है तो rivals के पास customers कम ही जाएंगे because differentiation creates brand loyalty. Buyers will not negotiate for price, they will pay a premium price because they're satisfying their specific needs. Suppliers, because you charge a premium, you can pay back suppliers ample money as well. Entrants will stay away because you are already catering to specific needs. So entrants will not focus or they will have to spend a lot of money on innovation. Substitutes do not affect differentiation because you're already differentiated. Differentiated products का substitute नहीं आता है कभी. Standard products का substitute आता है. The disadvantage is the uniqueness might not sustain in the long term. The trend changes, people's preference changes, and so would differentiation. Charging too high a price for differentiated products or features may cause customer to switch off to other alternatives. अगर आप बहुत ज्यादा महंगा बना दोगे तो मे बी customers will feel कि यार बहुत महंगा है, we can't buy. Differentiation fails to work if its basis is something that is not valued by the customer. आपको लग रहा है आपका differentiation है, but अगर customer उसको value नहीं कर रहा है, then it's of no use. So it's a disadvantage that comes with differentiation is that you have to always focus on creating value for the customer. हमेशा आपको value for the customer बनाने पे ध्यान देना है और किसी चीज पे आप ध्यान ही नहीं दे पाएंगे. You just have to focus on creating value for the customer. Differentiated products like Patanjali, patriotism से खेलता है. HDFC Bank with cyber security and private a biggest bank with the biggest number of people, the number of investors. Dairy Milk Silk, a differentiated product, again charging a premium. Patanjali charging a premium for patriotism. HDFC charging a premium for the quality of service. Dairy Milk Silk charging a premium for their organizational brand image. Three different brands charging a premium because of their differentiation strategy. Focus. When you focus on a certain product, certain market, certain segment, that's called focus strategy. It can be focus cost leader or it can be focus differentiation. You will focus on a smaller market, but you will either be a cost leader for that small market or you will be a differentiated product for that small market. ठीक है जी. तो small segment होगा like Horlicks for 30 year plus women. You will either be a differentiated product or you will be a cost leader for that small market. Either of the two. That's focus strategy. The advantage is you can charge a premium from the customers, right? You can charge a premium, and due to the focus or small expertise in that market, rivals, new entrants do not generally want to enter because उस customer की same preference को already कोई meet कर रहा है. So coming and fighting is very expensive to advertise, give samples, build a market is very good. The disadvantage of focus strategy is that you're not able to pursue focus strategy, right? Because of distinctive competitiveness. Now, which means अगर आपके पास कोई expertise नहीं है तो focus नहीं कर सकते. You have to be having one expertise in the area. Due to limited demand, you cannot scale very high. Focus strategy में आप ऐसे नहीं कहोगे मेरा 100 crore business will become 5,000 crore business. नहीं. The market is small, limited, तो growth भी उतनी ही होगी. And in the long run, the niche could disappear. because people preference, people choices keep changing. तो जो आपको focus market का preference है, maybe that changes altogether and that strategy becomes irrelevant. That's a risk or a disadvantage with focus strategy. Brands like Fab India, Decathlon are focus strategy. Decathlon सिर्फ sports segment को cater करता है. People who want more sporty look, so the trekking or wildlife and shoes and boots and sports, they go to Decathlon. Fab India is more ethnic, premium ethnic, the NRI market. They are more for the NRI market or the uptown, upper middle class ethnic market. And not for you and me. हम लोग नहीं खरीद Fab India से. And Decathlon is more about sports. Right? Do you understand the three generic strategies? Cost leader, differentiation, focus. Now there is another strategy which is not a generic strategy, my friend. This is not given by Michael Porter. This is not a Michael Porter's generic strategy. इसको याद रखना. It is not a generic strategy given by Michael Porter. It is not. It is not a generic strategy given by Michael Porter. This is just another strategic or another strategy for business. But this is not part of generic strategy by Michael Porter. The strategy is called best cost provider strategy, which means value for money. मेरा आइडिया है कस्टमर को वैल्यू फॉर मनी देना. बहुत ज्यादा पैसे चार्ज करूंगा तो भी वैल्यू दूंगा, कम पैसे चार्ज करूंगा तो भी वैल्यू. ठीक है जी. तो वैल्यू फॉर मनी निकालनी है. आई कैन ईदर बी अ हाई एंड प्रोडक्ट और अ लो एंड प्रोडक्ट, बट आई विल गिव वैल्यू फॉर मनी. जितने पैसे चार्ज करूंगा उससे ज्यादा ही फीचर्स दूंगा. I will give more features than the price that I charge. It can be premium or low, doesn't matter. But my value for money will be more. That is best cost provider. There are two scenarios. Either you offer products at lower price than the competitor, offer products at lower price than the competitor with the same features. With the same features as the competitor, but price कम है. तो मुझ कस्टमर को कम प्राइस में सेम फीचर्स मिल रहे हैं. बेस्ट कॉस्ट प्रोवाइड. और you charge similar price like the competitor, but you give better or more features. Two ways by which you can be a best cost provider is: one, you give the same amount of features at less price, or you charge the same price as competitor but give more features. That is called best cost provider strategy. Best cost provider strategy. पैसे same features ज़्यादा, पैसे कम features same. Best cost provider strategy. Two companies doing this is one IKEA and the other one is Vistara Airlines, which is now probably submerged into Tata Air India Group. But again, the ticket price was same, but there were more features. Khana, better seats, better music, more comfortable suites, more legroom. Ticket price same hota tha, Vistara. IKEA is giving almost the same price as other furniture brands, but giving more aesthetic designs. That is IKEA. That is IKEA. Best cost provider strategy को वो लोग follow करते हैं. And that, my friend, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. on time, the chapter number 3 is complete. Before I move on to the next question hour, or probably we already moved to question hour, you can drop in your questions. You can raise your hand. If you want, I can ask you to then unmute and answer. But before that, I also have something for you that you will do tonight. Okay, let me open that very quickly. Let me open. Very nice. What are we going to do tomorrow is we're going to do this. Okay, can you guys see my screen? What do you see on the screen? Okay, Kahoot quiz. We're gonna do Kahoot quiz tomorrow. Okay, there's a website called www.kahoot.it which I just posted on the chat right now. Come prepared tomorrow. Chapter 1, 2 and 3 का हम revision करेंगे. We will have a quick quiz, live winners on सामने यहीं पे live winners को हम देखेंगे. We will do live winners here. The winners will get a certificate from me as well. The winners will get a certificate from me as well. We will do a live quiz. Ask all your friends to join tomorrow. Your friends who are taking LBCs, this subject, not this subject. Spread the word, my friends. Help your friends, help yourselves. Spread the word. Tomorrow we are doing Kahoot quiz. It's going to be 30-40 questions. All 3 chapters, 1, 2, 3 say, 3 chapters, quick quiz, easy and tough questions both. It's going to be quick quiz. Zyada tough questions nahi puchne wala scenario, okay? It's going to be MCQ and we are going to do that. It will look something like this, okay? It will look something like this. ऐसा कुछ दिखेगा. You will have, you can use your phone, you can use your laptop, right? I will suggest keep another device handy. If you can use your phone, if you're watching from the laptop, use your phone to play Kahoot. You just have to scan a barcode, which I will show tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will show you a barcode and a game ID, which you can put and play live with all your friends here, right? So keep a second device handy if you are using a phone. If you don't have, get your mom or your dad's phone, your sibling's phone. It's gonna be morning. वो सुबह वैसे भी सो रहे होंगे या phone नहीं use कर रहे होंगे तो उनका phone लेना and use that phone to play the quiz live with me. What you see on the screen is going to be something like this. There will be a question. You will have 4 options. And once you answer, you will get to know whether you have given the right answer or not, which will look something like this. Whether the answer is right, correct, or incorrect. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be practice. It's going to be competitive. There will be timer. There will be points. It's fun. It's very, very fun. I want each one of you to be present tomorrow. Spread the word. Bring your friends. Ask them to practice, right? Let's make this quiz viral, my friends. Okay, it's going to be fun. It's going to be very competitive. I am very excited for it tomorrow. I've already created it. So get ready with a second device. You can use your mobile phones. It's the easiest to answer on a mobile phone. Do that. Get ready, revise, and come prepared tomorrow. We are going to do Kahoot quiz tomorrow. Okay, we are going to do Kahoot quiz. We will also start with chapter number 4. We'll touch upon chapter 4, but the main highlight is going to be the Kahoot quiz. Okay, ji? We will do Kahoot quiz tomorrow. Prepare, get a second device handy, spread the word, and let's prepare for this quiz tomorrow. Okay, it's going to be fun. Leaderboard दिखता है इसमें. You don't have any class today, Priyanshi, so prepare for this. Chapter 1, 2, 3, all, right? इसमें live आपको हर question के बाद दिखेगा कौन win कर, who is number 1, who is number 2, who is number 3, and the points, you get points based on how fast you answer and if you give the right answer. So the points are based on your speed of answering and how right you're answering. So वो साथ में leaderboard मिलेगा. People who come first, second, and third, the top 3 people are going to get a certificate from me. Okay, I will send a certificate to you. So that's there. Be excited. You have to be excited. Let's do Kahoot quiz tomorrow. Make this viral, make this famous. Get your friends. Let's do this tomorrow. Okay? Very excited for it. Let's prepare for it. Now, let me open up for any questions and answers that you have. You want to ask, raise your hand. Happy to do that. You have a question on the chat. Ask those questions in the chat. Neeraj's questions are related to all the three chapters, 1, 2, 3. Concepts that we have done in chapter 1, 2, and 3, uske basis pe questions are. MCQ hoga, just like examination, we will get MCQ questions based on the chapter 1, 2, and 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3 chapter se questions are. If you have any doubts, questions right now, feel free to ask. And I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, we can also wrap up the class. If you don't have any questions, you can go and revise. I'm okay with both. But I'll still wait for another 1 minute if you have any questions. Otherwise, we wrap up today. We go.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, Vishnu. Go ahead, sir.
Sir, my question is this. Sir, in previous classes, you have said that when a company create a brand name, so there is a difficulty to break down that the brand name when a new startup is going to be set up. So you said that I will tell about that strategy to how to break that brand when there is no technology or advancement. For example, take an example of Haldiram. When a new startup comes for to give a competition to Haldiram.
Recording in progress.
When you want to create a brand name, a brand image, or a differentiation, you generally do not really have to be a product specific or a technology specific. You can either play smart by playing with the mindset of the customer. उन्होंने patriotism से खेला, and they are now differentiated. Now they make the same product, they have the same pricing, they have the same branding, they have same everything, but they are more patriotic as a brand as compared to other FMCG brands. That's how you use without any technology, without anything. They are still differentiated. That is their strategy. And you can think about so many examples across brands which have done that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, Vishnu. Okay, maybe if no further questions, I'll give you back 20 minutes. Go revise, prepare, and be excited for the quiz tomorrow. It's going to be really, really fun and competitive quiz. So be present on time, get your friends in, compete with them, and let's see who wins. Okay. Let me see you tomorrow. Go spend time, revise, and let's prepare for the quiz tomorrow. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Anji, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.